What do you like most about yourself?
My selflessness, I think.
Okay.
I don't think I have a problem putting others before me, and I like that about me. I'm willing to do everything and anything for anyone I love.
Do you
And I
think
like
that sometimes that could be a hindrance?
For sure, yeah.
In what way?
I didn't take care of myself for a long time, like in all ways, like physically, mentally, emotionally. But I think the older I get, I've been able to prioritize that better.
And I've seen that.
Yeah.
I've seen that as you've gotten older and matured, that, I mean, I think we all do that as moms. We put our spouses and our children first. Like we kind of put them on a pedestal. So we put our lives on hold to ensure that they are given what we would want when we were growing up, So we look at how we were raised, and then what would I have done different, what did I want as a child? And so we put that on our kids, like, I'm going to make sure that they get to do all this stuff that I didn't do. And then at the same time, we sacrifice a lot and we limit ourselves. And then as we grow, mature and get older, then we start to recognize, like, oh yeah, I put myself on the back burner, and I think, every mother has to deal with that, but I think nowadays it's getting more towards where not only is the mom responsible, but both parents are responsible for doing everything. So I think it's getting better as far as that. And more women are realizing that, yes, we were told when I was having kids that you could do it all. And that was a lie. Because you can't do it all. Something has to give.
Yeah.
And so a lot of times we put ourselves in a position where we wanted best for our family. And then as our kids grow and as we grow, we realize that, there are different things that we wanted and different things that maybe we could try and, reach out to those things. So I think it's getting better as a parent. For moms realizing that they don't have to do it all, but they don't also have to put themselves last.
I think I don't know if this is the question, but one of the things that I learned from you is having kids at a younger age was better for me, but also I didn't have to just be their mom or, Benji's wife. Like, I was also myself. I always worked, and I wanted to make sure I was not always just the mom. Like, that wasn't enough for me. And for some people it is, and that's great. But for me, it was always like, there's more to me than just being a mom or a wife. And yeah. What brings you peace?
Knowing that you guys are all okay. Knowing that you guys are happy, that everyone's doing well, that everyone they're doing what they want to do and is thriving individually as people and, through their own families. So that's what brings me peace. That's what brings me joy. What brings you peace and joy?
Knowing that I'm okay, mentally okay, that my kids are okay and thriving and doing what they want within, But just making sure the kids are good is my peace.
What is the one thing that you take away from me that I've taught you?
How dare you? Definitely my independence I get from you.
And when you say independence, what does that mean?
Just to be strong and be able to, not that I've had to, but I could stand on my own too and be good all by myself. I haven't had to do that, but I come from a huge village and there's always people there, but I know in my heart, like if I needed to, I could. Like I can do anything that I want to, that I need to. And I think that's the biggest thing I think I got from you.
One of the things that I think that for me and is that I always did want you guys to be able to stand on your own. Mm-hmm. Like if for some reason, life goes to crap, I wanted you guys to be able to be okay for all of you. And so that is kind of the reason why me and your dad pushed you guys to be successful in your own way. Mm-hmm. Not so much for wealth but just to be self-sufficient in your own way. That if for some reason you had to do it all alone, that you could do it. Mm-hmm. And that was something that I got from like my dad. I mean, he was very big on all of us were the same. The only thing is that the girls didn't have to take out the trash, which even to this day, I do not take out the trash. Okay, I have a question for you. What do you find most challenging in your life right now?
I think trying to prioritize or trying to just figure out finding a balance between work life and home life. My work life takes up a lot of my time. And because it's something I enjoy, it's not like I'm at work, but that does take me away from my kids and the time that I have with them. And they're only getting older and not going to be in my house much longer. So I'm just trying to find the balance of still making it work with work, but being home more than not being home. Tell me about an event in your life that changed you, that you were never the same after. Booyah!
Probably, and you guys all know this, all my kids, my view of religion changed. And when I was in college, I took a world religion class, and from that point on, it changed the way I looked at the world and at religion. So, and it changed who I am, and then the person who I became, and the way I raised you guys. Mm-hmm. So that one little thing changed the outlook of everything in my life, which changed the way I looked at things in your lives. Mm-hmm. So it was huge. Mm-hmm. So that's probably the biggest thing. Unfortunately, my mom, your grandma, hated that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it did change. Oh.
Your turn.
How do you like to receive love?
Well, my love language is acts of service. Yeah, I think I'm willing to help any way I can. So anyone who's willing to help me any way they can is where I feel it, I think.
I think mine is both, like acts of service and gift giving or gift receiving. No, I like to show love by giving gifts. Like if I go somewhere and I see something that I know and someone mm-hmm. that's important to me in my life likes that, I will buy it for them. Mm-hmm. Or so to me, a lot of times I feel that if people know me and when they buy me something that they know I would like, it's like that person has been, they know me and they think of me. Mm-hmm. And to me, that just shows how much they care for me.
Yeah.
But I'm also, I'm down to do whatever to help somebody, even strangers, Mm-hmm. Like when somebody tells me that they're going, it's like, oh, we're going to go to Maui and, and I know your brother's there. And so I'll be like, oh, well, hey, you want me to see if I can get you a discount? even though I probably should not do that. Yeah. Sorry, Sua. Yeah. But But yeah.
If you could change one thing about the way you raised me, what would it be?
I don't know. I think you're
Where's your list?
I think you're perfect. No. Probably I think one of the things that you probably you struggled with the most when you were younger and like a teenager is you feeling like you deserved it sometimes, or that somebody else was not deserved it. I guess that's wrong. It's or that you were overlooked. And you even said it when you were talking about how you thought because you were the middle child that when it came to you that it was not exciting. And the fact that you felt that way makes me wish that I could have, seen it and done something about it so that you didn't feel like that. Mm-hmm. Share your most recent win in life.
I mean, it's not super recent, but kind of, is owning my own business, being my own boss.
When did you realize you could do it?
I think I always knew I could do it. I was just always afraid to do it because of the what if. Like, I had bills and I had kids, and if it didn't work, then that was going to set us back. But I think just growing up and maturing, and I always say I couldn't have done it and been as successful as I've been, thank the Lord, but if I would have did it sooner. I just wasn't ready. But yeah, it's the best thing I could have did ever.
Yeah, that was a win though. Mm-hmm. But I think that's when you gained your self-confidence in yourself too.
Yeah.
It's like you realize that there's nothing that can stop you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What skill did someone teach you that you're grateful for?
A skill that someone taught me that I'm grateful for. I can't think of. No, I mean, I don't know who taught it to me. I don't know.
What's the skill?
Well, I don't even know if it's a skill. I mean, I don't know if like a specific thing, but probably the number one thing like from my mom is that to don't judge. Like she was always the kind of person who no matter what you did, where you came from, she would always love you. Mm-hmm. It didn't matter what you did for a living. It didn't matter where you lived. It didn't matter who you are. It didn't matter, your nationality. And she loved everyone. Mm-hmm. And she worked a lot in the community, and she used to do commodities. And she was always the person who said that you never know what someone else is going through. Mm-hmm. That you can't judge somebody because we never know what is going on in their lives. Mm-hmm. So that's probably the number one thing that she taught me. Is there anything I can do to show you my appreciation for our relationship that I do not already do?
No.
You don't think so?
No. I think we're super close, and yeah, no, I don't think so. I think you do a great job at
showing that I love you.
Yeah.
Do you think your kids think that too?
About you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
So you don't think there's anything that they would think that I did more or would want more from me?
I think your time. I think they would like to see you more than they do. I see you more than they do, but I think...
But you do my hair, so...
Yeah. But I think they would like to see you more. But they're teenagers and they're busy, so it's harder. But I think that's the only thing.
Yeah. And time, unfortunately, is sometimes the hardest thing to give.
What's the one thing you wish you said but never had the chance to?
The one thing I wish I said to you,
Or to anyone in life?
that I never had the chance to. Well, I'm not sure if there's anything. I'm usually pretty open with the people that I love. And so usually, as you know, usually they're aware. I keep those who I care about close to me, and I talk to them on a regular basis. So I don't think there's anything that I haven't said that I needed to say. What about you?
No, I don't think so. I think I try to express with whoever I'm with before leaving them, like, I love you. See you later. Bye.
What's the one thing that you remember? Can you remember that I told you it's a big thing for me, that for your marriage, that if that helps to keep your marriage, or that was something that you should or should not do so that your marriage,
No. What'd you tell me?
You don't remember?
No. You told me? Or
Yeah,
what
I
did
told
other
you, your
kids?
siblings. I told all of you guys.
Oh, jeez.
One thing.
No, I don't know. What?
When I say it, you're going to remember.
Okay, go.
You don't remember?
No.
To don't start something that you're not going to continue to do always.
Oh, yes.
So what is it?
Like if you're going to baby your spouse, you better be prepared to baby them forever, because once you stop, they're going to be like, wait, what? This is how it was. But when you're over it, that's when problems get created.
Okay, I'm glad you remember.
Yes. Jeez. Would you break the law to save a loved one?
Of course. I just had this with my class. I told them, we were talking about law and ethics, and we were talking about how there is the law and then there is ethics, and sometimes they can both be very gray areas. Especially when it's, trying to help somebody do, be okay. So.
Yeah. You have a question?
You're not done yet?
Oh, you want me to keep going? Okay, here we go. What's a time that you felt worried or afraid for me?
I never really felt worried or afraid for you, because you were always the one who was a scaredy cat to do things. You're always the one that's like...
So rude. I know.
But you're the person who always tries to live within the lines. So I didn't really ever, feel scared. And a lot of times you and your sister would do things together. So I remember putting you on a train at 14 years old to go by yourselves to San Diego. So
Crazy. I would
know.
never put my 14-year-old on
well,
the
you couldn't do
coaster.
that now. We just had a lot of trust in you.
You sure
and
did.
the people in the world at that time. But we always knew that CLC was on the other end waiting for you to pick you up. So,
What's always been something that is hard for you to say no to?
Pretty much everything. It's hard for me to say no to things. It's hard, especially if I know it's something that somebody really wants, and it would make them happy. It's really difficult for me to say no. So that's one of the things that probably is not great, is because I do have a difficult time saying no. And if I know you really want it, I will do everything in my power to make sure it happens. So.
Yeah. Same. That's your fault.
Let's go, last question.
Yes. Thank you. Jesus. What is one of your favorite memories we shared?
Most recently is when we all hung out together, and just one of my favorite memories was recently we went to a wedding and watching the dynamics between you and your sister. That was one of my favorites. It's a video that I look at constantly, and I just love the relationship that you two have, and it makes me happy.
Good job, Mom.
Even though I changed.
What is the one thing that you take away from me that I've taught you?
Never gonna change.
How dare you?
Never gonna change.